What's up, YouTube family, friends, folks who are new, folks who have been here for some time? That is the topic of today, by the way. Time. Hey, something that's heavy on my heart today is time and the fact that we have only so much time available in our life, that we are literally living a finite life, meaning there will be a time where we will pass on. We will be no more. We will not be here anymore, and that will be the end of us. And that's not an easy, not an easy thing to think about. But hold on and bear in there with me. There's a reason for it today. My name's Ryan. I'm a coach here, the owner, the creator of Project Fresh. We specialize in lifestyle coaching. We specifically focus on assisting our clients in developing a lifestyle that would elevate them to heights unimagined. But that process would be building out a lifestyle that would create an availability or an abundance of availability, an abundance of humility, abundance of perseverance, patience, practice, a process where you would be able to better understand self and better understand how you relate to self and others, so that you ultimately could see what you need to do to have the life you desire, or maybe even in my case, like myself, have a life that you feel led to, a life that you feel is per your design. So that's what we're talking about a little bit. Our format for today is fresh, or our format every day is fresh. That's our company, Project Fresh. And the project is in relationship to fitness, finances, recreation, relationship, education in these areas and others, sanctity, that's soul, and spiritual health and overall health. On our Facebook page, it says sports and fitness instruction. That's not exactly the correct uh, label for what we do. We do fitness and nutrition, fitness, accountability, building. We work with athletes. We do fitness instruction as well as sports. And that's one category of what we get into. But I want to talk about time. That I'm really, really, today I'm feeling on my heart that I want to spend the rest of my day with my wife. And it's been a very challenging couple weeks for us. There's been a lot going on in our lives. There has been some difficult conversations, some challenges like never before, I think. And there's this deep desire to just want to get outside of self and just sit with my wife and just be with her. And the time to do that, I think, I want to dedicate, the rest of the evening. I've told you guys that I want to be doing this 30 minutes every night, 7 p.m. every night. But after a couple conversations today, at the end of the day, to demonstrate the power of time and to demonstrate what I want to talk about here in the next 10 minutes or less, is that how we prioritize our time, what we give our lives to, in an outward sense, is what I'm learning, what I'm currently learning. I'm not saying I'm speaking from this from experience. I'm not speaking from this from a place of knowing. I'm not saying that this is the way because I'm learning it myself. But what I'm saying is what I understand is that effectively, the best time spent is giving ourselves to someone else, especially in the more important relationships like marriage, for example. And I haven't been doing that to the best of my ability in my relationship. Relationships is something I believe we have some experience to speak to, but that doesn't necessarily mean I can't fail at it. I can't not be having fault in it currently in my life. I think we can have exceptional leaders who are excellent at what they do, and they still can have faults, even in the subject matter in which they're leading in. And I think that if there's any, if there's pride in that, and they say, "No, I'm doing everything right," even though they're not, it's clear there's an issue. But if they can come out and with humility say, I'm messing up, and I need to address this, and I need to spend some time with it. I need to give it the time that it deserves. I think that might be saying something. And so, by example, I think that's what I'm going to do this evening. Is I'm going to say that I am in the journey of life, just like each and every one of you. My experience has been barely 3 decades of experience. It's been brought to my attention that I need to remember that my experience is not the only one that's present. My experience is definitely not the only one that's valuable. That's one thing that I like about this format, is that by connecting with you guys on a regular basis, you guys can jump in here too and engage and share your experience, share your life, ask those questions, or give even perspective too that says, I know this to be true because it's my experience, and here is something that I can contribute to this conversation. I desire to have a community where it's a mutual experience, where everyone is able to give and to be received and to gain value and to give value. Ultimately, I think in the further depths of my heart, I feel like that's the direction I want to take this community of like-minded people who all have a particular mindset moving forward, uh, seeking to have a life that is at the best quality possible for them, whatever is most important for them, that they can enjoy life. There are things I think all of us generally want and desire to have collectively together, but ultimately, what would be specific to you. So I'll get more into this time in a second. I saw that we had another subscriber, so I'm really excited for the new subscriber who's here. I think every single person counts and matters in what we're doing. So thank you to our new subscriber who's here today with us, or a part of our YouTube community. Um, some quick run throughs. I've talked about our position as a company, what we do, what we focus on as coaches and trainers in the context of Fresh. Today's topic I'll get back to in a second. We have the opportunity to connect with us in service, to be either products or services. This YouTube channel serves as a free resource to those who we connect with, as a place to come and ask questions related to primarily our pilot program right now is our transformation program, which is 6 weeks. It's our fitness, nutrition, and accountability. And if for whatever reason, in the call that we have with those who respond to our ads, our Facebook ads, if for whatever reason that doesn't go in that call, then I'm letting those individuals know they can come here as one of the free takeaways, so that we can provide service even if it's not the best. And what's really cool is I was actually one of the guys I've followed for quite some time. This is an opportunity for me to cultivate material that's going to connect with you at a deeper level. So if you guys get some stuff, some content, and you're like, that wasn't that great, like, I'm going to be looking for those comments, like, that wasn't that great, that really didn't do it for me. And I'm going to be engaging back with you, like, all right, tell me more. What was it about it? How could I have changed it up? How could I have engaged with you, or what content would be applicable for you in this particular case? Like, speak to me. I think that's one of the reasons why this is something for me as well. I'm using this opportunity to grow myself, so that I can really dial in and understand what it is that my clients require, what they desire, what they truly need, and I think what they want to. And this is an opportunity for me to do that. So there is a mutual benefit here ultimately, you know, it's gonna go. It's gonna go one day at a time. So just to give you guys some background and some insight into personal life as well as the goal and the vision of this company, and we're coming alongside other people who are doing this or versions of this exceptionally well, very successful in the standards of the industries that they're in. We are looking to do the same in the way in which we were created, and that which was put into me, looking to work on bringing that out because I know it's there for somebody. I don't know what it is. I don't know who it's for, but I can feel it's there. So this is a process to bring it out. So for today's post, it's going to be short. It's only going to be 15 minutes or less because I desire to go spend some time with my wife and just be there for her. That's in the depths of my heart. I'm going to do that to the best of my ability. I hope that I'll do that to the best of my ability. And this isn't for you guys. This is just for myself. But as far as for you, if there's any questions here in the next few minutes, I'm glad to answer those questions. I'm glad to engage with you in those areas regarding fitness, nutrition, finances, recreation, relationship, education, sanctity, health, these things that we say every night. Glad to engage. Otherwise, I just want to remind you of this one simple thing. Time is finite. We literally have only so much time. And we don't know when we're going to go. We see a lot of people checking out early. I think one of the more recent ones was Chadwick Boseman. For those of you who are Marvel fans or maybe familiar with some of his other work, he's played some characters, some very pivotal historical figures in the past. And the one that sticks out to me the most is 42, Jackie Robinson. I can vividly just remember watching that scene where he just hit the peak of his frustration and just more or less broke down in the tunnel, broke his bat, was screaming, just in major distress. And I could relate with him because I've been there before, to fight so hard, to put on your very best day in, day out, and to still hit a wall and just break down. That scene that he did was so amazing. It was a really, I think he really did well in that acting and depiction of Jackie Robinson. And here we find out that he's passing away from colon cancer, which I still don't know if anybody really knew that he was sick. We found out some things the days leading after him passing, what his life was like, what he was doing in between filming and getting in treatment and all those things, always wearing a smile, always engaging people. And man, talk about relationship at a level. Such sacrifice. If you know someone who's been through cancer and maybe even seen them go, a lot of times, it's not a one size fits all. I will say that. I watched my father go through cancer and ultimately pass, and it was tough. And it can be taken in so many different ways. And to see someone go through their last years, like how we saw Chadwick Boseman do it, was just it was crazy. And I don't necessarily want to be cliche or ask an ultimatum, but what if you knew that you had only so many days or weeks or months or years to live? How would you utilize that time? Let's say 6 months. Let's say in the course of this last 8 months, you know, similar to our this sheltered in place lifestyle that we've lived. If you're in a place that's still sheltered in place wearing masks, not able to go to gyms, theaters, and restaurants and other things like that. In the proximity of people, you have to mask up. How would you utilize your time, knowing that it is finite? And we know it's finite, but it seems to hit home more when we reduce the amount of finiteness that it may be. We don't even know what truly it could be. We just say, "Oh, I've been alive for 30 years, so maybe I'll get at least another 20." I've been alive for 50 years, maybe I'll get at least another 10 or 5. We don't really know those things. But what if you did? how would you spend that finite time? What would you do with it? And what I'm saying right now is with the, tonight very well could last uh, evening on the planet. God forbid it. I hope it's not, obviously. And I'm sure there are other people who feel and think the same. But ultimately, what I feel is most important right now for me, seeing that there's anybody on who has questions, especially that I can address, is that is going and spending some time with my wife because that's what's deepest on my heart right now. That's what's drawing me the most, and I want to answer that call. So today's topic is to just encourage you to remember time is finite. Every decision matters, and your life matters. Those around you matter, and giving giving the time that's due to the things that are most important, I think ultimately are the things that will give us the peace and joy that can help us have the peace of mind that we all want to have. Maybe even that which would pass understanding. So I'll leave it at that. As always, we'll be here 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube, same place, and check in with us. Drop a note if anything spoke to you today on the topic of time and its finite, the finite aspects of time, and the encouragement to you to get after it. With that, this is Coach Ryan with Project Fresh. I will see you guys again tomorrow night, same time, same place. Take care and have a great evening.